So if you're a car person, of course you have tools, ratchets and sockets and file sets and screwdrivers, but do you have wheel and tire tools? Yep, wheel and tire tools. Well, we're gonna go over some of those wheel and tire tools that you should have coming up right now. What is up? I'm Scott from KONIG, and before we get into this video, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and subscribing down below. So when it comes to wheel and tires, you don't necessarily need to have your own tools. There is a lot of overlap, but I have 10 tools here that I want to share with you that are really helpful when it comes down to dealing specifically with wheels and tires. All right, so let's start with the right here. Obviously, I'm going to group a few of these things together because they're kind of the same. They're obviously alternatives. So the first thing is torque wrenches. You should definitely have a torque wrench. Now, this is a digital torque wrench, and I like it quite a bit, but you don't need this type of torque wrench. You could easily use just a regular click type of torque wrench, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you put a wheel and tire onto a car, there's really, using the ugga-dugga method or an impact gun is not really an effective way. One, you can over-torque the wheel. Two, you can cause damage to the wheel or tire or to the lug nuts, and so using an impact gun to put wheels onto the car isn't really suggested. Now, taking them off of the car, that's a good time to have one of these guns here. And that's why I'm kind of lumping them into the same group here. So we have torque wrenches to obviously fasten the wheels, and we have one of these guys if you want to break them loose. Now, it's okay if you want to use some elbow grease, right? Here's the elbow grease tool. It's a breaker bar. This is not a sophisticated piece of equipment, but this all kind of lumps into one. So we're going to call this tool number one. This allows you to loosen and break loose your lug nuts and hardware, and this will allow you to fasten properly. Moving on to tool number two, this is obviously related to tool number one, which is sockets, because these tools really are pretty ineffective without them. But this is a special set of sockets. This is specifically for wheels and tires, and what it does is it has a protective nylon coating on it so that you can't scratch your wheels. And when you put on lug nuts, especially in a lot of different wheels, you'll find that you're very close with a socket, especially if there's something thicker walled that could scratch or really gall your wheels up. Using these will save all those marks, and they're pretty inexpensive. You can buy a set which will give you almost every size that's popular with different size hardware, and it will really be a lifesaver. All right, so moving on to number three, this is kind of a 2-for-1. Everybody else, you need to be able to fill your tires, right? You need to be able to put air in your tires. So a tool like this is pretty effective, especially if you have a compressor. You'll be able to put air in, and it does have a gauge here. I don't really find these, unless you spend a good amount of money and buy maybe like a Mac or a Snap-on or something like that. I don't really find these to be all that efficient as far as accuracy. So I usually always also keep a digital air pressure gauge. I think that they're pretty inexpensive, and for the most part, they're pretty accurate. Pro tip, if you want to make sure that they're accurate, you don't really need any super calibration equipment. All you really need to do is grab a couple of them and start to see where they kind of commonly pressure out at. Okay, so moving on to tool number four. It's these cheap brass brushes. Now, you might be saying, why do I need these? Well, you don't necessarily need them. Again, I think they're good. I use them quite a bit. They're disposable, they're cheap, especially if you go to a place like Harbor Freight, they're dirt cheap. But what you can do with these is when you're putting on a wheel and tire, I think it's always good practice, especially around the hub area. You'll see a lot of rust and corrosion that starts to build up. Just take your hub ring off, take your wheel off, especially when you're changing wheels and tires or doing rotations. Just give them a quick brush. This won't change or distort the hub in any way, but it will clean off all that surface rust and debris. So tool number five, I find this to be invaluable. I put one of these in every single car I own, and for all the guys out there that have significant others, you don't know how many times my wife has called me out to tell me she has a flat or a nail in the tire. And having a cheap plug kit here is invaluable. You can get really cheap one, especially at Harbor Freight, $5-6. You throw it in the glove compartment, and this cheap kit, and yes, it is a cheap kit. There's plenty of ones that are well made if you want to go buy one, but can get you out of a really big jam, and it will save you some money in your pocket. Okay, so tool number 6. This is not one of those ones that I expect everybody to have. But I think for the cost, it's actually something that's worth keeping around. This is pretty inexpensive. It's a tool kit that you can get. It'll probably cost you about 15 bucks. And it's a valve stem installation tool. This has the tool to take the valve stem seal out of the valve stem and it also has a bunch of extra valve stems. It also has extra caps that go over the valve stem. And look, here's the thing. Sometimes when you have a leak in your tire, you may go on and look for them forever, and you go to a tire place, you don't see a nail. Sometimes it's just the fact that the valve stem is leaking. It is super easy to change this. You just wind the valve, be careful of not shooting it into your face, and then install the new valve, air the tire back up, and you're good to go. Not necessary, but not a bad tool either. So moving on to tool number 7, this one kind of relates to that whole leaking tire situation, and that is a spray bottle. Yep, a spray bottle. This can be your best friend, especially when it comes down to tracking wheel and tire leaks. What you do is you basically put a little bit of dish soap in here or hand soap, put some water in, shake this thing all around and make some suds. And now this can be used to spray all over the wheel, the valve stem area, anywhere you think that you're possibly searching for a leak. And when you hit that leak, you'll see bubbles. And so it's such an inexpensive thing. And you may even have an old, window cleaner bottle around. Keep one in your toolbox area, in your garage, and make sure that you have some soap, and you can really find some good stuff with this. Okay, so moving on to tool number 8. The next 3 tools are really related to getting the car supported and up in the air. Obviously, these tools don't really work that well if you can't support the vehicle, can't take a wheel off if it's gonna fall down. So the first tool here, again, tool number 8, is a pinch block. And basically what this does is you put this under your jack, and what it will do is when you jack, it will allow you to put the pinch welds of your vehicle right into these channels, and it won't damage the pinch welds, and it will also support the vehicle not by the pinch welds, but by the body and the rocker itself. So these are really good. They're some of them are a little expensive. This one was a little expensive, but there's plenty of other cheaper alternatives. And having one of these not only will save the bottom of your pinch welds, but will make sure that you have a smooth, level surface that's supported under the vehicle when you jack it up. So the last 2 tools I don't have up here, but luckily we should be able to get one up here. So, so this is obviously one of those tools that you probably were already thinking about. This is a jack stand. You should never jack a vehicle and get underneath a vehicle just by supporting the vehicle with a jack. So having a jack stand of good quality is really important. There's a lot of different ratings. Make sure you have the right one for your vehicle. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a jack stand under a car and it's just not even close to rated. Don't put a really tiny, car jack under your truck or anything like that, but heavy duty jack is really good, really important. There's a lot of different sizes, models, and different things like that. This will keep you safe. Use them. Trust me, I've had a jack go out on me while I was under the car being stupid. It's not awesome. All right, bringing us to the final tool, tool number 10. And I'm obviously not gonna try to magically make it appear on the top of my toolbox, but it is a jack. You need a good jack, and make sure that the jack is correct for your car. Make sure it's the same appropriate load, but also there's a lot of different options with jacks. If you have a lowered vehicle, there's low profile jacks, there's deep reach jacks. Make sure you get a good jack, make sure it's quality, and make sure that you have some accessories that can go along with it, because it will make your life a lot easier. So those are the tools that I find to be of the most valuable, especially when we talk about wheels. So that's it. We went through 10 of my favorite wheel tools. Did you think I missed anything? If there's anything that you can think of, put it in the comment section down below. Always curious to hear if you guys have any cool tricks or tools that we can share for other car enthusiasts. But that is it. We've wrapped it up. We've done 10. So thanks for watching. Make sure if you haven't already done so, you like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Take care.